I'm Maxander, currently the rank 1 Viego NA and hit top 20 in Soloq this season. I have over 4,500 games on him since he released in 2021, where I climbed from Plat to Challenger over 3 years. In this guide, I'm going to share the most important tricks and mechanics I've learned, specifically for Viego jungle. This guide is going to be kept as concise as possible. I'm going to assume you know Viego's abilities and passives, and I also won't be going over full clear optimization or specific champion interactions. What I will talk about is his build, playstyle, basic combos, ganking, advanced combos, and technology. If you don't want to think about your build and go the same thing every game, go these items and these runes. If you do, start by swapping your last 4 items, building defensively one ahead and offensively one behind. You can change your core items as well by greening for blue smite instead of green, or going Kraken against tankier teams. Disclaimer that this is for patch 26.12 and other builds exist that are also viable. Viego's best matchups are into tank or bruiser junglers, where you have a better time scaling in the early game and can take advantage of your high damage later on. He's bad into assassins who can more often force isolated 1v1s and can take advantage of his weak defensive options. In terms of draft, you ideally want to play in an engaged comp, with plenty of frontline and CC to set you up. You want to avoid playing with ranged or scaling comps, which can't support you early and have limited options to set you up. Viego is for the most part a scaling jungler, so put 2 points in the queue at level 3 in most games. Once you're done farming, look for skirmishes with your team and avoid taking 1v1s unless you have a lead. For team fights, your main job is to be the follow-up engage. You need to be very patient until you find the angle for your first reset, and only then you should start looking to dive the enemy team. Here are the 3 most important combos to know, all of which can be paired with flash. W auto Q is your main trading and ganking tool. It instantly stacks Conqueror, and paired with flash it allows you to snap engage on enemies. You can extend the combo with your ult, or skip the first auto for a fast kill. WR is your best long-range engage, helping you execute low-health enemies and securing a reset. You can further extend this range by flashing before you tap W.
An enemy has been slain. Killing spree.
W auto QR is your one-shot combo, allowing you to burst down enemies with no counterplay. It's a true combo assuming you fully charge W and they have no tenacity, meaning they can't flash out of your ult if done correctly. The 3 main priorities when ganking is that you cut off their escape, use your E when spotted, and don't start charging W until you're close. I'll run through a few different examples. Here, we see I'm spotted by a ward and the enemy bot is running away, so we use E. I move to cut them off and wait to start charging W until I'm basically in their auto range, following up with the Karma W. Since Aurora doesn't spot me, I don't use E to give myself away, and I hold W to guarantee that it lands. I use E once Silas starts moving up, and I tap W so he can't react with flash. Another similar example. It's very important to use your W around their flash, if they have it. Moving on to the advanced combos, these serve more of a niche purpose, but can be equally if not more effective if used in the right situations. EW is great to catch your enemies off guard. Although Viego doesn't typically want to be the first engage, this combo is an exception to the rule. Paired with the W auto QR basic combo we went over earlier, you can one-shot opponents before they have time to react. BE is a combo that not many people know about. It fully conceals your recall, allowing you to base on vision and save a few seconds. It can even give you an escape option. W Smite is a classic, helping you land your W in ganks when the minion wave is in the way. This of course can be used when in your passive. QR is great for executing low health targets, although it is a bit slower than RQ. It can be combined with WR to give you long range burst. R Flash Smite is more of a flashy combo. It's most useful for objective steals, when you can't stay in the pit at all. WQ helps you get resets on enemies that are far away. It can also finish off any low health opponents, or stop them from executing. Q Flash extends your Q range without delay. Follow it with an auto attack to secure a takedown when your W and ult are on cooldown. Here are 7 tips and tricks for Viego, ranging from very useful to very niche. Viego can buffer CC with his ult, as it makes him displacement immune. This is most useful against airborns, which are completely ignored. When you take a soul, the cooldown of your original abilities run in the background. By waiting long enough for them to come back, you can use them immediately upon exiting your passive. It's not always best to take the reset immediately, or even at all. This might be to chase down enemies, dodge key abilities, or not put yourself out of position. Sometimes, you'll need to predict your opponent's flash in order to secure a kill. Using the area coverage of your ult, you can place it so it'll land whether they flash or not. You can also predict with your W during ganks. In some early game fights, you'll level up to 6 directly after a kill, and naturally take the reset. During the channel time, you can level your abilities, including your ult, which will allow you to use it during your passive, rather than staying locked in for the 10 seconds. You can W into a wall as an auto reset. This is most useful during your clear or when taking towers, but can also be used in combat.
Down. Down.
Viego's ult pushes away all but the lowest health enemy, which can be used as a small insect.
Rampage. Double kill.
Because taking bodies are tied to auto attacks, and you often kill with one, there will be a small delay before you can transform. For no cost, use this window to cast any remaining abilities for extra damage, or in case your target doesn't die to the auto. You can also hold your auto, waiting until your opponent dies to something else, so you can transform faster. If you enjoyed or learned something new from this guide, consider following me on Twitch. I'll be streaming there every week, so if you want to watch high-level Viego gameplay, come see me try to climb to the top of Challenger.